The evening air in Los Angeles was warm and velvety as the MetLife Foundation hosted its elite charity gala inside the glowing halls of the Chateau Marmont. Celebrities shimmered beneath chandeliers, but the pair who stole every glance were Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. She moved like a celestial being in a deep blue gown that flowed behind her like smoke, while he wore a sculpted designer tux that caught every flash of every camera. It felt like a perfect night, at least on the surface. Rihanna had been unusually quiet these past months. Aside from a few Savage X Fenty releases and rare social media hints, she kept her world sealed tight. Rocky noticed everything: the late-night texts, her long moments of silence, the scribbled pages in her journal. He sensed something building, but he respected her space the way they always did for each other. During dinner, she seemed more restless than usual. Her laughter was brighter, her smile sharper, her sips of champagne just a touch slower. Rocky watched her from the corner of his eye, waiting for her to speak. She finally leaned toward him, voice low enough only he could hear. "Baby, try not to faint when I go up there." Before he could respond, she was already rising from her seat. She stepped onto the stage, the room falling into breathless stillness as she stood beneath the golden lights. Every heel step echoed, every head turned, every phone lifted. She began by thanking the attendees, then shifted her tone, saying she had been working on something privately, something she could no longer keep to herself. The audience leaned forward. Rocky sat completely still. She took a slow breath, then released the truth like a spark in a powder room. "I am stepping away from music." Gasps scattered like breaking glass. Hands covered mouths. Some guests froze mid-sip. The shock was instant, but before anyone could fully react, she continued. "I am retiring because I am stepping into a new chapter. I have created a label of my own, and the first artist signed to it is the man sitting right there." Every face swiveled toward Rocky as the room erupted. Cheers burst, cameras flared, conversations overlapped in shock. Rocky sat frozen, his mind blanking out completely. He had no idea. She had never mentioned any of this, not even a whisper. Now the entire world knew before he did. He clapped with the crowd, but his heart was spinning. Was this her way of lifting him up or steering his path? Was it support or something far heavier? She returned to their table with a triumphant smile, asking if he was all right. His mind was tangled. He could only stare. Back at home later that night, the glamour dissolved. Rocky paced the living room, trying to process everything. He confronted her with the confusion swirling inside him. She listened calmly, wine glass in hand, assuring him that she had not done this to overshadow him but to give back to the man who had held her down through every storm. He wanted control. She wanted partnership. Eventually, he softened. He realized she wasn't trying to own his career. She was trying to amplify his voice. In the weeks that followed, he visited the new label headquarters, an old theater reborn into a musical sanctuary. Her craftsmanship filled the walls, but the sound testing through the speakers felt like his soul. After long talks and quiet reflection, he finally agreed to sign. Soon, under Fenty Sound, he released a new track titled Phoenix Sun. The song fused Harlem roots with Caribbean fire, landing like a meteor across the industry. Critics praised it as the strongest chapter of his musical evolution. The music video, directed by Rihanna, exploded online within minutes. A new era had begun. Not just for her, not just for him, but for both. And even now, Rocky still couldn't fully put the feeling into words. He just knew one thing: he had never been more speechless in his life.